Hey guys, welcome back. So today I'm going to be doing a mummy must-haves for the first 3 months with baby. I'm filming this video a little bit later than I wanted to, but life has been a bit crazy with the two babies. Here's Owen. Say hi. Owen is 4 months old now, so he's well and truly past the first 3 months. But I thought I would film this now. It's not going to be everything that was specific to Owen. Owen's obviously my second baby, and him and his sister were completely different babies. They liked different things. They wanted different things. They were soothed by different things. So everything that I'm showing worked for either Owen or Taylor, and most things didn't work for both of them. Yeah, having two very different babies has given me a bit more of an understanding of how different babies can be. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, I'm going to jump right in. We'll see if Owen will be chilled out because he's a bit chatty box today. Let me just put him down and see. Can you get there? You listen to mummy have a chat? You listen to mummy chat? Okay, first things first. These things didn't work for, this didn't work for Owen, but it worked a charm with Taylor. The first thing are swaddles. I like, and these are not the swaddles as in muslin cloths, I'll get to them later, but these cocoon swaddles. So basically what they are, if you haven't seen them before, these are I think these are called Ergo Cocoons. Ergo Cocoon is the brand. And these are zip up swaddlers. I really like this brand. I can't remember what made me pick this brand over all the others, to be honest, but I did like this one. I did a lot of research and this is the one I preferred. I like the fact that, well, basically what it's for is to keep baby snug when he's asleep, he or she's asleep. So the arms are all tucked in because babies can startle themselves awake, which Taylor did a lot. Owen we haven't had a problem with, he's been a really good sleeper, but Taylor would wake for the littlest thing. So yeah, she was in these this whole time. Owen went in these when he was in the hospital, but hasn't been in them since. Taylor, like I said, was in it for like the first year of her life, pretty much. They're also really good at preventing baby from lifting covers over their head and whatnot, which is really scary for the first year, which Owen tries to do a lot, which is terrifying for me. It gives me a heart attack every time he does it. But this stops it. So you pop the baby in like that, zip it up, and baby is all snug in, can't move her, well, she can move her arms, but not out, and she can't startle or anything. There are poppers on the sides where the arms go, so once the baby's a little bit older, you can unpop those and have the arms out, which means the baby still has a cover on, like a blanket on, but can't pull it up over their head, obviously. I also like about this one that it unzips from the front, and the bottom rather. So if you need to change a nappy while they're in the cocoon, you can undo it from the bottom, legs out, nappy off, nappy back on, zip it back up. Baby's arms have stayed in the whole time and they haven't really woken themselves up. You can get some as well like this one, which we haven't actually used this with Owen, but we probably will in winter next year if he still fits it. This one's a bit thicker, it's a winter one. But these ones have a hole, where is it? A hole down the bottom where you can fit the car seat strap in it, so you can have the baby in there and then in the car seat with the harness and whatnot. Which is easier for transitioning from the car seat to the cot without waking them up. I'll see you, Owen. But this one was a gift, it's really cute, so I'm looking forward to using that in the winter. If he will go in it, mind you. But yeah, so I had the blue ones, Taylor had some pink ones as well. They come in all different sizes and different weights as well. So these were the really lightweight ones. What I would do is put her in one of these and then put a blanket around her as like a traditional swaddle. And that would do just great in the winter. And then, like I say, you can get the thicker ones, like the bigger one that was there, if it's even colder weather. Staying with the sleeping kind of category, I would recommend this bath lotion. Where are you going? He is like on his belly. He's like trying to crawl. You're looking at a Christmas tree. I would definitely recommend this lotion. I used it with both kids, but I did notice a difference with Taylor especially, because Taylor was really hard to settle to sleep. Owen don't really have the problem, but I still bath him with it anyway, because that's what I bought when I was pregnant. So this is the baby bedtime bath, which has like a lavender scent to it. So obviously that's meant to soothe them. I did find it made a difference. I can't talk today. I did find it made a difference with Taylor. She also has the lotion, and we used the lotion on Owen as well. I think if you have sensitive skin, it's probably not the best one to go for, but my kids have both been fine with it. I did notice a difference with Taylor on how easy she was to calm down for bed when we used this on her. Same topic again. Something that was really weird with Taylor. So I remember reading, like I say, Taylor was really hard to get to sleep at night. We would have to rock her for ages. She would just cry. She didn't want to go to sleep. And even once we rocked her, you put her down, you'd like take your arms out and she'd wake up and you'd have to start all over again. It was like, you know, an hour we'd be in there with her every night trying to get her to sleep for naps, everything. One day I was reading, like I was at my wit's end, I was so tired. I was reading some article and it suggested using a hairdryer if your baby was hysterical to soothe them. So I was like, that's weird. I tried everything else, nothing had worked. So that night Taylor was doing her usual crying at bedtime routine. I thought I'd give the hairdryer a go. Turned it on, she was like silent straight away. She'd been screaming, hairdryer on, she was stunned, and then went to sleep. So she used to go to sleep with a hairdryer on but once I discovered it, she used to go to sleep with a hairdryer on for months until she was probably close to 9 months old, and then we gradually weaned her off it. So after a while using the hairdryer, we sort of twigged that maybe there was an app for that kind of thing, which yes, there is a white noise app, which my husband and I both have on our phones. We had it on the iPad at one time. I made my mum and dad download the app in case we were at her house. It's just called white noise. I think me and my husband both have different ones, but they both do the same thing. So that's what it looks like. Where's my camera? So it looks like that. There's usually a hairdryer option on there, which, you know, you wouldn't think that'd be very soothing. Apparently it is. So yeah, when we had Owen, very rarely, every now and again, he will have an emotional moment at bedtime and he will not want to go to sleep just by himself. So put that on straight away, he's asleep. Like even easier than Taylor, like puts him straight to sleep. Everyone is shocked whenever I talk about it. So yeah, it's awesome. And it also means that you can make as much noise as you want throughout the house and they're not going to hear you. The other option for that is one of these little guys or something similar. You can also get white noise machines, which are actual machines that just do white noise, but we just found it easier to use the app. These things also play like soothing music and whatnot. I think this one vibrates as well. You press the belly and it will sing the baby a little lullaby until they're asleep. We had a little bit of luck with this, but not as much as with the white noise hairdryer sound. Okay, breastfeed. So I breastfed both of my babies. I did Taylor for 6 months and I'm planning on doing Owen for 6 months as well. And there's just a few things. With Taylor, obviously that was my first time doing it, so it was a little bit more difficult than with Owen. So just a couple of things that make it a little bit easier in the beginning. These are nipple protectors. So basically, if you're having cracked nipples or some grazing, I only had a little bit of grazing, but it was still freaking painful every time the baby needed to feed on that nipple. These nipple protectors are just like a silicone thing, a silicone shield, which you put over your nipples so the baby can suck, and it does still hurt, but it's a little bit less painful if you're using one of these. Taylor never had any problem with like nipple confusion or anything, so I don't know if I was just lucky or if you know, even bottles, like she would have bottles, she'd have the boob, she'd use this, she didn't care. I only used this for about a week or two, and then my nipples had repaired themselves, but they were well worth it in the meantime because the pain was excruciating. I can't even imagine what an actual cracked nipple would feel like. Owen was fine with him. I bought these for when Owen was a newborn, but he had a really good latch and I was fine. Like there was no pain at all really with him, which was really, really unexpected and good. But yeah, I would definitely recommend getting those, especially if it's your first time breastfeeding, even just to have just in case. I think it's worth it. They're only about $10-15, worth it. The other thing is definitely nipple cream. I had this one for Owen, never used it. Apparently it's good though, people have told me. And for Taylor I used the Lancino one, which was good. Again, I used this for a few weeks and then my nipples were kind of, you know, they hardened up a little bit. But I would recommend you definitely get those to take to the hospital at least. So still on the feed. Did you hear that? He is pooping. So still on the feeding topic, burp cloths. Now, not all burp cloths are made the same. There are some that you can get that are crap. They just, you know, they'll spew, you wipe it up, the thing's saturated. These ones are the best ones that you can possibly get. They're made out of disposable nappies, like old school disposable nappies, and they are super absorbent. They wash up really, really well, and they do just do an awesome job. I had some like cheaper, cute ones that were from like Target or something with Taylor, and they were just so crap. They stained. They were like thin as. Like, why would you even bother? They were a waste of money. These are not pretty, but they do the job. They're a good shape as well. Like they're quite a large size to go over your shoulder. Or to go, you know, to catch all the spew. Owen is a spewer. He also loves to chew on it because it's quite, the texture is quite nice to chew on while he's teething. He's just sort of started teething now. The child healthcare nurse, when I went last, it's summer at the moment, so it's getting quite hot. The child health nurse suggested actually wetting one and putting it in the freezer so the baby can chew on a cold burp cloth on the hot days, which I thought was a really good idea. I haven't tried it yet, but I think it's something that Owen would definitely like. Next up, we're kind of on the same as feeding. I did end up feeding Owen in bed a lot, like laying down in my bed, and because he was a spewer, he would feed and then chuck straight back up again. So I ended up putting a mattress protector down in our bed as well. So obviously they go in the crib and the bassinet and wherever else baby sleeps, but we put one in our bed as well, so under where I would lay to feed him, because he spews and it's going to ruin your mattress if you don't have anything under there. Same with nappies, like he would leak the first few weeks, he would leak when he did his nappy, and this just protected our mattress. So definitely put one in your bed, even if you're not co-sleeping. Like, you will probably end up feeding your baby in bed at some point, even if you move them out straight away. Like, just do it, because it will save you your mattress. Under the fitted sheet is how I do it with mine. So if you have a pretty changing pad cover like I do, I have an expensive one from Ivy Baby because I just wanted one really badly. With Taylor I had a pretty pink one as well, and that wasn't expensive, but I wanted it to look nice. Your baby's going to leak, he's going to poop on your change pad, trust me, and you have to change it all the time. So I bought a pack of these disposable change pads, these are Huggies ones, and they are just disposable ones. I put these on my changing pad on top of the pretty liner. You can't really see it, like if you're just looking from a distance, and you just it doesn't take up the whole thing. You just put it on the middle section of the change mat. The baby will not then ruin your pretty cover that you spent all that money on. I would definitely recommend getting these. It doesn't happen every time, the poo explosion, but it does happen, so I would definitely recommend one of these, especially if you spent money on a nice change bed cover. The next thing is nappy rash. Owen hasn't had nappy rash so far. Taylor did have it a little bit later on, maybe not before 3 months, but I mean, she might have done actually. I think my niece did a lot from birth. Basically, this is my favourite cream and powder for the nappy rash. It's the Curash one, and it has zinc oxide in it, which is really good for skin, which is the reason it works. So this is the cream. This is just a little sample. Like I said, I haven't really had to use it for Owen because he's been okay so far. And then this is the powder. This is so much better than like your Johnson's baby powder or the cornstarch ones or anything. This is a cornstarch one, but like I said, it has the zinc oxide in it, which is really good for healing, which works a treat. It's the only thing that would clear Taylor's bum up when she had nappy rash. Onto toys. Obviously, they don't play with toys straight away, but when they do start to pay attention to their surroundings, these are the kind of things that have worked for both Owen and Taylor. This was Taylor's doll when she was a baby. This is one that you can sort of hang on the pram. But it's not so much the doll, it's the noise, this noise. That crinkly noise, they love it. It's like both Owen and Taylor have heard that and been like they go straight for it. Every other noise is just like, oh yeah, noise, that's nice. But this crinkly noise, and it soothes them. It's really weird. I don't know what it is. But I mean, I quite like it as well to listen to. But a toy with that kind of noise in it is definitely a winner. Also, I just bought this the other day, which I think is a really good idea. Never would have thought of this myself. So this is a little chew toy with a chain, like a dummy chain on it. So you can clip it onto the baby. Because babies chew on their things and then they just throw them onto the floor and then you have to sanitize them. This way you can clip it to baby. Baby can't throw it. They can throw it as much as they like, but it won't go on the floor. So that's awesome. Owen's teething at the moment. He is going crazy. He's chewing everything. And he really likes this little one. I don't know who made it. I think it was Mom, maybe. I don't know, but you'll be able to find them. Even if you can't find this particular one, or like one with a toy on the end, you can just get a dummy one, which I have. Most brands will do a dummy toy and they just attach with Velcro. So you could attach that really to any kind of toy that you wanted to. Again, this is another one of my must-haves. You've got to have a dummy chain. If your kid has a dummy, once again, they will have the dummy in their mouth, they'll spit it out or go on the floor. What are you going to do? You're going to sterilise it in the middle of the store. That is really hard. The other toys that he likes, he has liked this little one. This is Taylor's. But he seems like, I think it's easy for him to grip with his little baby hands. Yeah. Teething rings. Taylor didn't really use teething rings, but Owen did, or does. This one was free in our like baby kit that you get from that the child health nurse provides to you. This one was free. He loves it. And this one I bought. This is one that you can actually freeze, so it's a bit cooler and soothing on his teeth. He loves both of those. For teething, this ball I bought the other day, he loves it because he can really get his little hands in there and grip it and shake it. He loves it. And I had this attached to that little chain the other day as well, and he was sort of throwing it around and catching it, and it was a bit like totem tennis. It was really good. And then this one, which I see around a lot, he really likes this because there's lots of texture to it. The different little chains, even just the plain links like these, the one that this doll has, babies love. So they're a really good one to get, and they're cheap and easy to hold. I am going to recommend the belly wraps. I don't think they're a miracle worker. I think if you don't have abs before you have a baby, you're definitely not going to have abs with this after you have a baby. Like, it's not like that. But I will say it did help suck everything back in and tighten everything back up sooner. I didn't use one with Taylor, I used one with Owen. Obviously I was in better shape before I had Taylor than I was before I had Owen. So it may have worked better with that pregnancy, I don't know. With this pregnancy, I was back in my jeans in like, it was like a week, it was 2 weeks. I tried my jeans on when we went for his newborn photos, which were he had at 11 days, and I fit in my jeans again, and they are tight jeans, they are not loose jeans. By all means, that is not the size I was pre all my pregnancies, but before Taylor. But, you know, it took me like a year to get back into anything that I thought was like that felt comfortable after I had Taylor. So maybe with something like this, it would have been quicker. I bought this for the back support because I hurt my back after I had Taylor with all the lifting and everything. I obviously didn't have the core strength that I used to have. So, and I have not had any back problems yet. I haven't used this, I didn't use it religiously. I used it for the first week or so. It worked well, and then I stopped sort of using it. So maybe if I had used it for the 6 weeks, I would have seen better results, but I use it on and off. I use it when I'm going to carry him in his sling or his baby carrier, just for a little bit of extra back support because my posture is pretty crap after having a baby. I need to like sit down, sit up properly. And this does help with posture as well as everything else. This is the Mama Way brand. It's like the Belly Bandit, same thing, but a different brand. And I will do a review on this because there was a reason I picked this one over the Belly Bandit. There's a few reasons actually, and I haven't tried the Belly Bandit, but I feel like this is probably a really good option. It's a bit cheaper, and yeah, I was happy with it. I would recommend this particular brand, definitely. I will do a full review on it, and I'll show you how it goes on and off and in my belly and whatnot in another video, but I can't do it today because Owen is not really being the most cooperative. Last thing I was going to recommend in regards to breastfeeding is getting a big water bottle so that you can fill it up and know how much you're drinking every day. You get very dehydrated when you're breastfeeding, at least I did. I'm not someone that drinks a lot of water naturally. I'm not too bad, but I could improve. But having a water bottle, rather than just like a glass of water that you keep filling up, really maybe concentrate on drinking enough water, especially during those first few weeks when you're sort of in a haze and you don't really know what's going on. I would definitely recommend a water bottle. I have a really dry throat. Okay, so I think that was everything I wanted to talk about today. I might do another one of these videos a bit later on if I can think of anything else that I've missed out. I'm sorry I was really rushed, but he really wasn't letting me concentrate today, so hopefully I explained everything well enough. If not, I will put some captions or something in the video so that you can know what I'm talking about. But yeah, thank you for watching. I hope this was somewhat helpful for some of you. I know I watched a lot of these videos when I was expecting Taylor the first time round, because I didn't know what, needed to get for a baby. The basics, but, there's a few little things that I wish someone had told me about the white noise earlier on in the whole Taylor debacle, because it was a lifesaver. So if you take anything from this video, take white noise. If you don't have an iPhone or a fancy phone, use a hairdryer. It'll work. Oh, baby boy. Where's the baby? You want mommy to talk to you now? Yeah. Alright. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.